Hey guys, and welcome back to the BH series. And this is episode 11, so it's the start of series 2. And we are interviewing Liana Veda today, who is an international letter recording artist and choreographer. Born in Massachusetts, has toured the world over the course of 10 years promoting her musical projects. Her career began and continued to flourish as a professional dancer, choreographer, and fit pro, having worked in many different areas ranging from entertainment to fitness, from the live performance to film and TV. Liana's background includes 25 years of dance experience, having studied everywhere from ballet to funk and hip hop to Latin, and has 20 years of professional work to her credit. She has traveled to many different corners of the world, teaching different styles of masterclasses to instructors and students of all levels. As a proud member of the Phunk Phenomenon, featured on the TV program America's Best Dance Crew, Liana featured as the Boston Celtic dancer, spelt wrong, choreographer and coach for Lil Phunk, their official children's dance team. Throughout her career, Lana has been able to share stages with such artists such as Britney Spears, TLC, Little John, Pitbull, Don Omar, Sean Paul, Timbaland, Shaggy, and Daddy Yankee, just to name a few of them. Liana was a featured dancer in Wishing Ye Yandel, she can correct me on that one, music video Rakata, one of the most successful reggaeton videos to date. She also is credited with one of the choreographers on that video. In addition, she has choreographed concert tours for artists such as, oh God, spellings, Chris White Angel, Wibble Y, Alex, Baby Ranks, and many more. Off the stage, Liana has also had a wonderful time creating, providing choreography for the Dance Twister and Just Dance games. Dreams can open the doors to your life and to your heart, quote from Liana. So let's bring her on now.
Good morning. I am so good. How are you?
I'm very good. I love that you said it's
Well,
good
say good.
morning because
I was going to
you
say good
are
morning.
in where?
Sorry.
Where are you right
I
now?
am currently in Hawaii on the beautiful island of Oahu. And it is 7:01 a.m.
Wow, you got up early
Yeah,
for this. Well, obviously, we're
I
here in the
did.
UK right now. We're at 6 o'clock in the evening. So,
Hi, guys. Good
very, very different
evening.
time, man. Oh, we've got a
It
few of your guys
is.
coming on now to say hello. So, hey,
Hey,
guys, how you
guys.
doing?
Good morning. Hey, Amy. Hi, everybody. What's happening? Good morning. Good morning.
Well, you're looking amazing as always. Not jealous at all
Thank
in any
you.
way.
I just tried to, put on a little eye
Just
brightener to not scare everyone,
touch it up,
a
and
quick beat
keep
real
everyone on
quick.
the line.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So, first off, the first question I ask every single person is, tell us your life story in 5 minutes. Go.
Ah, five
I
minutes.
know, right?
Okay. Wow. All right. I think you said most of it in this bio. That's like my life. Okay. I was born in a small little seaport town called Marblehead, Massachusetts. And my mom tells me that I was literally dancing from the day I came out. By the time I was 2.5, she literally told me she didn't know what to do with me anymore, and she begged any like dance school to take me at 2.5 because I was dancing around the house like a crazy
Wow.
person. And I pretty much think it's been like that ever since. So they did take me, and I literally danced my entire life. So I went in, I stayed at that dance company until 7. At 7, I switched over to a beautiful professional dance company called the Young Dance Company of America, where I started all of my technical training: ballet, Broadway, modern, jazz, all of that fun stuff. It was absolutely beautiful. I wasn't a sports kid, so I was literally
Hmm.
in dance the whole time. Fast forward,
Which
I
is
was there,
crazy when you look at yourself now.
and now I'm in fitness, right? Can I tell you that when I was part of that dance company, I actually was not even allowed to take gym in school. I
Oh,
was not allowed to do anything where I could risk an injury.
do
So
you feel
that's why
like
I
you're
was like, oh,
rebelling now?
jumping jacks. I think maybe. I don't know if I'm rebelling because I wouldn't say I love sports. I love working out. But so I stayed there until my graduating year in the company, and I went all through school. And at that point, at 17, I started with Phunk Phenomenon,
Yeah.
which was a professional urban hip hop dance company. And at that point was when my life changed, because I had always been into hip hop, reggaeton, everything since
Yeah.
I was a kid. And I started with them. I had the choice at 17, graduating high school. My parents were like, hey, you're already working professionally. What do you want to do? You're going to go to school to study dance, or you're going to keep working doing dance.
Mm.
And I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep working doing dance. So I
Yeah.
didn't go to university. I kept dancing professionally at 17. I've always loved makeup. So as my adult job, I started and I became a makeup artist. So that was my transition in my real world life. Um, and with Phunk Phenomenon, shout out to Rhea, everybody. That is the Phunk fam. That was where my professional career as a choreographer and as an entertainer and a performer really started. And some of the
Mm.
opportunities that I had with them were crazy. So all the way through there until one day I decided to move to Miami because I
Of
really
course.
wanted to focus on my music career. So
Of course.
my parents, my mom is Irish and my dad is Dominican, and
Okay.
I had always been into my Latin roots. So I wanted to sing bachata when I started. So
Brilliant.
I worked with Ramon Orlando, who is like one of the most amazing composers in the Dominican world, and the music world, period.
Mm.
And I went to the Dominican Republic, recorded an album, and I was like, I got to go to Miami. Got to go to Miami because there's amazing producers there. The Latin life is there. You know, Boston, we always had it, but it was different. I
Mm.
needed a little bit bigger of a city. So I went there. And then that's when
Yeah.
I had already started teaching Zumba and fitness before that. And then
Got
once I
it.
got to Miami was when I had the
Wow.
amazing opportunity to work directly with Zumba.
Yeah.
Fast forward 10 years through there. And am I over 5 minutes already?
No, no, you're good. You're actually
Okay.
good. You're doing well so
I was
far.
like, okay, all right, good. I'm just like fast forwarding. So I was there and I had the amazing opportunity to spend however many years, we're going on like 12 years, to work
Mm.
directly with Zumba as assistant choreographer to Beto Perez, who is the creator
Yeah.
of Zumba. So there were so many things that happened and transitioned through then for me as a dancer, as a performer, as a choreographer, everything, because it was like literally all different, literally different chapters.
Yeah.
So Miami until 2 years ago, when I've also always had this island fever, literally. I'm an
Right.
island girl. Hawaii always called me, and I love island reggae, like obsessed with island reggae.
Yeah.
And I've been blessed to have lots of friends in that genre, in that industry. And I was like, you know what? I need to go to where it's born, and I need to work on some projects over there, just
Amazing.
for a little bit, just for a little bit.
Just
I'm
tiny,
going on
tiny
2 years.
amount of time. Just a small
Just
bit.
it's really a small flight, right? It's
Yeah.
real short. And I'm actually going on 2 years being here now, still having the
Yeah.
opportunity of working on music and everything here. And again, fitness has
Okay.
always been part of my life, and that's when I just started to blah, like all of it come together,
Incredible.
and I just do it all at the same time because I love it all. And that's pretty much how I got to here right now, and lots of fun stuff in between.
Somebody
So
should just put Hawaiian dancers are amazing and so underrated.
oh, Hawaiian dancers are amazing. Tahitian dancers, everything. Oh my God. Guys, I have to tell you, if you haven't had the opportunity to learn anything about
Mm.
the Polynesian islands or any, like, wow, when I tell you culture and
Yeah.
talent, I just come over here, I listen to their voices, I watch their movements, you look at their history, and you're like,
Amazing.
what?
How
Like,
inspiring.
wow. It's
Yeah.
really mind blowing, honestly, super, super mind
Well,
blowing.
you
So
know, I'm coming over at some point to teach and do some
please,
workshops, so
like
I
waiting for
can't
you.
wait for you to show me around and
Let's
show
go.
me all these incredible
Let's go.
things.
Waiting for
Beth,
you.
so you had a pretty good career. Like, reading your credits out, then like Britney Spears,
I
TLC, Lil Jon,
it sounded
just
pretty
like
cool when you
Pitbull.
read it.
I'm
It
not
really,
gonna
I was
lie,
like,
I really struggle with some of the names there, so you might want to
it's all
correct
good.
me
I
with some of
got you.
them.
I got you. It's okay. It's okay. It's
So
okay.
at
It's
some point
okay.
you can regurgitate them. But
It's okay. I got you.
what was your best moment in your career? If you could look back and you could really define the moment you went, oh my God, like I made it. Like I've done well here. What was that moment? And tell us about it.
Ooh, that's really hard and really interesting because I'm the type of person who I always, I don't want to say I want more, but I always, if I hit a goal, I keep going. Like my dreams are so big, and I listen to you reading that list, and all I can do is say wow and give so much thanks because
Mm,
it's amazing, but I'm not there yet. You know
no,
what I mean? And I don't
never
like to
there,
think of
never
it as
ever.
made it because you're never there. I have to tell you,
No,
you can't just set one goal and say, once I do this, I've succeeded. What it everybody's level, like, vision or, you know, everybody's success is different. What
yeah,
is it that makes you think you're successful, right? For me, I've had success because I've been able to do what I love since I was born. And
yeah,
I've been able to share that with the world. It's not money, it's not fame. I've been able to travel the world, literally 52 countries to date. And I can't wait for COVID to be over because I'm out of here. learning. So for me, learning from other people and being
Mm,
able to share what I love, that opportunity alone for me
yeah.
is incredible. That is what it's about, you know?
Right.
And being able to, like, career wise, we talk about it. Yeah, I've had the blessings to dance with so many incredible people. But when you ask me, like,
Yeah,
oh,
you
what
have.
moments are memorable, right? My favorite shows, if you ask me, when I was with Phunk Phenomenon, every year we used to do a show with the Special Olympics. That was my
Okay.
favorite show. And I
Incredible.
never left that show without crying and
Um,
being so filled with love. And I actually have a sister with autism. So
okay.
even before that, my mom has worked in special ed her whole life.
Mm,
And that's always been a goal of mine, wanting to open a dance school, a foundation, something for children with
incredible.
special needs. Because when I tell you that for me, those kids are on a whole other level, and the way that they understand and the things that
Mm,
they see and do, and what, it's mind blowing. And for me, those are the moments in my career that fill my soul and make me happy. You know what I mean? I can be on a stage. Listen, I get amped.
yeah.
The more people in a crowd, like I literally could lose my, like I can't breathe if I'm not on stage. So I'm like going crazy right now.
Yeah.
There's like my life is complete. Like when I'm on a stage, I'm a whole other person, right?
Yeah.
And
Alter
I
ego.
love that. But being able to share that with people is
Yeah.
really, you know, that's the blessing, honestly. So, I
I
mean, but
could not
hey,
agree more with you,
those
honestly.
shows were amazing. I mean, though I'm very blessed. I have to say, I've had some
Well, you
cool
obviously
moments.
you've done extremely well, but it's I'm 100% from knowing you. It's through hard work, determination, and just never giving up, and just
You
keep
can't,
going and going and going.
yeah, you can't. You just have to keep going. And that's what I've always told
Exactly.
myself. You know,
Yeah. No.
it's like
Well,
you just,
what's the famous saying that the only way to fail is to stop.
yes, exactly. And I totally believe that, you know, and that's a problem. A lot of times people don't have enough confidence. They don't know where to start. Like, that's why we need to continue to do what we do and give other people that inspiration to keep going
Yeah,
and doing what they love. You know what I mean? So,
I
but
do.
yeah.
Now, a slightly more challenging question, I suppose, is
Ugh.
what is the most challenging moment in career or life? Take your pick. And how did you overcome it?
That one I can actually answer. I'll try to do it without getting emotional is what I'll try to do
Go,
here.
go.
Because
I'll
those were
stay
some of,
quiet and
you
just
know,
listen.
okay, no. Um, Probably, so growing up, my parents were so supportive. I mean,
Mm,
I wouldn't be where I am today if it weren't for my parents and if it weren't for my grandmother. My
yeah,
grandmother believed in me like no one has believed in me in my life. She literally
I
took me
get that.
to every dance lesson. She stayed in the car, waited for me, never missed a rehearsal, never missed a
Incredible.
performance. That she was like my number one fan, supporter, everything. So 2 years ago, she got really sick. She had Alzheimer's and dementia, and we were in rehearsals for the fitness concert with Zumba Fitness. And
Mm,
any Zumba instructors out there know what the fitness concert and the Zumba convention is. It's literally
mm.
one of the biggest parties and most amazing productions in the world, where thousands of instructors from around the world gather together, and it's mind-blowing. And
Yeah,
I have been blessed to be assistant choreographer for that for so many years. And
yeah.
we were in rehearsals, and my grandmother was literally dying, and I was in Miami and she was in Boston, and we're talking that we had a production to put on in front of over 10,000 people.
Mm,
As assistant choreographer, it's like, yes, I need to be with my family, but I also need to be here and do this job. And I'm on the phone with my mother 24 hours a day. And I'm on the phone with my grandmother, and we're videos and this and that. And we were up and down. And it was one day she was doing better. One day she's not doing so great. One day, and it was like everything went according to God's
mm,
plan. And I
yeah.
know and I understand that. And I also know that she's the person who would be like, Liana, you need to finish the show. You need to do the
Mm,
show. You know, you have
yeah,
to be there. You have to do what you have to do, right?
yeah.
Um, she waited for me. She waited for me to get finish my Friday rehearsal, get my butt on a plane, get to Boston at midnight, all kinds of, you know, divine things happened before that.
Yeah.
I literally missed her passing. I was outside of her window for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes going by. We couldn't get in the building. And then we finally got in, and they had said she just passed literally 2 minutes ago. So I know she knows that I was there. Sorry, now I'm all snot-nosed. How adorable.
No, it's fine. You're making my eyes water up.
So
Beautiful
she
story.
waited for me, and, you know, I was there for her. I know she knows that I was there for her, and I was able to go back and finish the show and know that she was the one who gave me the strength to get through it and to make it happen. And again, it was just a blessing to be able to be a part of that production from the beginning. I'm always blessed when I have that opportunity. And I know she knows what a big deal it is, and she knows that I'm there. So that mentally for me was the hardest point of my career, having to figure that out.
Yeah, you know? Making that choice as well.
And then being able to have the head to still do my job. Yeah. You know, and still make the show go on and you know,
it's
but and dedicate it to her.
The famous saying that we live by, right? That the show must always go on.
Correct. The show must
always come first, which is always been an incredible thing as a performer to understand, but also such a detrimental thing sometimes. It's drummed into us, but then
and family before anything, you know, family is so important. Life, I mean, as we all know right now, we don't know what's happening, you know, every day it's different. Like, you can't take advantage of anything. Like, family, loved ones, everything is so important. So be there, you know, be there. If anything, it confirmed so many things for me, knowing that I was with her and all of that stuff. So it was, you know, but that was hard.
Amazing.
That was hard.
I'm going to take a second quickly now, because I've seen lots of questions appear below. Guys, if you have questions, there is a question box below. Whack the questions in, and I will put them to Liana at the end of the interview. So I've got a bunch of questions for her. And then if you do have questions, there's just a little question mark box. Click that, write them in there, and then we'll bring them up at the end and ask. Okay.
Hello from the Philippines. Hi, guys.
Hello,
Philippines.
Love the Philippines. Yeah, there's quite a few that popped in from the Philippines, funny enough. So you've worked with Britney Spears, TLC, Little John, Pitbull, Don Omar, Sean Paul, Timbaland, Shaggy, and Daddy Yankee. Like I said before, that's a pretty crazy list. Which one was your most favorite job and why?
Stop!
I'm gonna make you pick one.
That's like asking me like my favorite food, and all I do is eat, or my favorite place to travel.
Me too. I'm so with you on that.
Because why? Because I love them all and learned from them all.
Let's put it this way: if you could only have one of them for the rest of your life, and you can never work with anybody else, which one would you pick?
That's a worse question. That's unfair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to your first question.
You're going to change my question.
I'm going to change your question slightly. And I'm going to say, okay, so, wow. Having the opportunity to dance with any of them was out of control. And choreograph for any of them, out of control. There's plenty of stories. And again, I love them all for different reasons and look back and laugh for different reasons. Let's go with being on stage with Sean Paul was insane. Because, you know, hello, we're in the industry. We're professionals. We have a protocol. You cannot be a fangirl. You go and you do your work. But there's people that you love and admire. And I love and admire every single one of them. Everybody that you listed are on my list of like, wow, right?
Yeah.
Something about my inner being and my past lives and the admiration and like fire that I have felt for Sean Paul's music since I was young. Right? When Beto came into rehearsal, and I had the opportunity to dance with him again at the fitness concert with Zumba. Zumba, they team up with artists. I mean, all those artists you listed, everybody but Britney, and who knows what will happen next year. They have had the opportunity to work with all of them, and it's incredible. Yeah. When Beto came into rehearsal and said, we're going to dance with Juan Pablo, because that's what he calls him, Juan Pablo, right? And he was like, Liana, show me the choreography, you know, that you have for such and such song, whatever, because that was my job, like makeup, choreography, whatever, blah, blah. And I was like, he was like, what's wrong with you? I was like, I don't think you understand. You're asking me to choreograph for Sean Paul. These amazing dancers are going to be dancing some of my choreography. And I was in the show that year. I was like, I get to be on stage with Sean Paul. So, of course, in rehearsals, he's there. I'm calm, cool, collected. Fine, professional, no problem. We get on stage and I lost my mind. Just give me the line. I was like, I mean, when he came next to me, I danced like I had never danced before in my life.
Forget the
Fangirl
choreo, just
to the max. Forget the choreo. No, I mean, I remember the choreo, but my inner,
yeah,
something came. I performed to a whole other level that I'm surprised they didn't pull me off the stage because, Zumba, hello. Yes, it's a show
yeah,
and it's a performance, but we're teaching
yeah,
a class.
right.
I was like in Jamaica at Carnival. I was like somewhere else and I lost
Yeah,
my mind. So for me, that was so memorable and amazing
yeah.
to be able to perform my choreography with him on stage in front of thousands of people. Like
Boom.
I
Yeah.
lost my mind. Yeah.
You lost your
Lost
shit.
it. Yeah. Totally
You're
lost it.
allowed to swear on these, by the way. It's all
Oh,
good.
good. Okay. I wasn't sure. Good.
Maybe
Fabulous.
not too far. There are certain
No,
words that
I'm
we probably
okay.
can't get
I'm
away with,
okay.
but I think losing your shit is something we can get
All
away with
right.
in context.
Totally lost my shit.
So I feel like I need an invite to one of these events. Can I be your plus one?
Absolutely. Can you?
When's the next one?
Yes,
Which
yes.
country?
You're my plus one. You're my plus one. Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Oh
We can
man, but
like
there is
social
so
media the
many.
hell out of that and be like.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yeah. Mm.
So, what
Well,
would you say has been your biggest attribute, and how has it helped you get to the level where you're at, and why do you think it was so important?
I would have to say learning to learn, if that makes any
Learning to
sense.
learn. I like that. Hashtag learning to learn.
Yeah, that just came up because yeah, learning. I needed to learn how to learn. Okay, so you grow up as a professional dancer and the industry was very different back then and
Mm,
it's very different, it's very different, but
yeah,
you know on the floor it was battle time all the time.
yeah,
If you danced better than me, you had my job.
of course.
So we it was like ingrained in our brain a little bit. I don't want to say to have an ego because I I was always confident, we'll say, as a dancer because
Mm,
people made me feel confident. They told me I was
yeah,
a good dancer. But I had so many self-confidence issues because of
of
the
course.
industry. You're too
Mm,
short, you're too fat, you're not blonde, you don't do this, you don't do that, No confidence as
ratata,
much
yeah,
as I thought that I could dance, right?
yeah,
But being in that atmosphere and knowing that you have to almost compete with your peers
mm,
or whatever, it inhibits your learning, I'd say,
yeah,
because you have to think you're good. So, I don't need to learn. Like,
yeah.
you
I
have
get
to
it.
be able to learn. You have to be open. As many dance classes as you take, like, you can never
Yeah,
stop learning. So, me being able to open my mind and finally get to a point where I'm like a sponge and just taking in
yeah,
not being stuck in my ways, because I don't want to say it's like an ego thing or a conceited thing. It's just you get stuck in your ways. You're comfortable, right? This is my style. I don't need to learn that
yeah.
style. Let me tell you, dancers now, you better learn every style. Every
Yep.
style. So,
Versatility is key.
yeah, so being able to learn
Mm,
and being open, I think, has been able to get me to where I am. And also being able to teach because,
yeah,
I give my career as a fitness and a dance instructor, even when I was teaching little kids, hip
yeah.
hop, whatnot, being able to teach switches the way,
Oh,
not
yes.
everybody's a teacher. Not
Yes.
everybody's a dancer, a
Agree
performer. It's
completely.
totally different. So to be able to do both, it completely opens your eyes and you're
Yeah.
like, oh, wow. So being open and just knowing
Mm,
how to accept things and learn to
yeah.
grow. You have to consistently evolve. If
Yeah.
you do not evolve and grow from the inside out, and I'm not saying that you have to go and pick and 5 different, styles of dance that you're going to learn
Yeah.
tomorrow, but you have to be open and willing to try new things. You have to learn things. If you
Yeah.
can't do that, if you shut yourself off and put yourself in a box, you can't go anywhere. You can't. If you can't sit and try to teach someone and
Mm,
see and understand how they learn and how they see you, you also can't share your light. If you limit yourself, you
yeah.
can't actually fulfill your
Mm, mm,
purpose.
yeah.
So I think finally clicking that switch, and again, I give a lot
Yeah.
of thanks to, to Zumba, to my old hip hop school, like being able to actually learn, have the outlet to
Yeah.
learn and to teach other people in ways that they can learn. You know, that's what's really expanded horizons for
Do you know,
sure.
touching on what you just said about teaching, I couldn't agree with you more. I remember, because I've been teaching for years, like
Yeah.
you, I've always been a teacher and I've always been someone that loved to teach what I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, when you teach, obviously, you have to break things down in a way that people who don't think the same way can learn from you. And in that
Yes.
process of breaking it down, you break yourself down a little bit and you kind of go, oh my God, I really understand that now, but I didn't before I started
Yes.
teaching it. And then there'll be that
Yes.
student that at the time is challenging you and you're like, sharp. But then afterwards, you're like, wait a minute, that challenge was good because now I know how to break that down and how to put that onto my body as well as put onto other bodies. Yeah,
100%.
couldn't
100%.
agree more. Couldn't
Yeah,
agree more.
100%. It's really it's so different. And for me,
Mm.
be like making that transition to be an instructor, you know, because I started teaching really young, but I
Yeah.
also had that hip hop competitive mentality. And it didn't really matter to me back
Yeah.
then if you could learn my choreography
Yeah.
and if you could follow my class because I'm the dancer and you're here to
Yeah.
watch me. And again, not from an ego level,
Yeah.
really, because outside of
Yeah.
class, I'd be like, hi guys, how are you? Da-da-da. But on the floor, I'd be like, you know,
Yeah.
showtime, right? Because I
Yeah.
didn't know how to flip that switch.
No.
So once you learn, it's like they would tell me all the time, Liana, I can't follow you. I love watching you,
Yeah.
but I can't follow you. Beto used to tell me all the time, and he's like, if my mother can't follow your choreography, it's too hard for, you know, for Zumba and
Yeah. Okay.
fitness
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. Yeah.
standards. And it's so true. Wow. That when he would say, I was like, oh, okay. Because when you're
Ding.
appealing to
Yeah.
the masses, do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
very different. Now, when you're
Yeah.
teaching an advanced level hip hop class, okay, you need to challenge everybody, including
Yeah.
yourself, right? So it's different.
Yeah.
But still, you're a teacher. Shut your performer off. They do not
Yeah. Yeah.
care
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
what you
Yeah. Yeah.
do, you know? So yeah,
Exactly. I couldn't
learning.
agree more.
Learning is my answer.
So
My final answer.
learning to learn. I really like that
Learning to
actually.
learn.
That's going to go
Thank you.
in the hashtag for this because obviously you know I turn this into a podcast, a YouTube video, an IGT video, and I spread it
Because you're
across the internet
amazing.
because I'm a
Thank you.
geek.
Yes, because you're amazing. No, it's
I'm a
amazing.
massive
It's
geek.
it's amazing. It's amazing.
And you
See,
are
and
obviously
you are
the
demonstrating
God
your other talents because you know you're
because
not
I'm a
just a
geek.
dancer.
No,
You
I love
have
it.
so many other things.
Completely. Literally, if
Yeah.
you give me a lot of money, I'll spend it on a new computer or on a new gadget or on a new thing.
See,
Clothing, nah. Like whatever the
yeah,
cheapest thing I can find, it's going to get ruined in
gadgets,
class anyway. Gadgets all the
gadgets.
way, and maybe cars. We'll go with cars as well. And I know
Cars are
Nick's
good.
listening. Alfa Romeos all the way. Private joke, don't worry. So if you could go back to your younger self, and I love asking this question because it's quite interesting to see where it goes. If you could go back to your younger self before the career kind of kicked in and tell them to do something differently, what would it be?
Huh. Do we have
Ooh.
3 hours? All
Sure, we
right.
might have to reconnect a
Yeah.
few times.
Yeah. I feel like I should take out the scroll and it's like,
Right?
okay.
How many mistakes did I make in my career? But that
Okay,
also backs
so
up to something I always say, which is I actually encourage people to make a lot of mistakes because they learn
that's the
faster.
only way you learn.
So,
That's
right,
the
yeah.
only way you learn.
But
So
let's make one thing. So one particular piece of advice you would give your younger self to do differently. Just one. We're gonna limit you because we haven't got that much time.
save your money. That's what I would tell you.
Oh, yeah.
Save your money. I mean, the lessons that I have learned without putting my personal life on blast. But
Yeah.
here we go. Entertainment. First of all, if you are in the entertainment industry because you think you're going to make money and that's why you're doing it, you're in the wrong industry and you have no business here.
Yeah.
It is a creative situation. It is a passion situation.
Ooh.
It is a love situation. You will do it literally until you are like in a
Say it.
wheelchair and can't,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
do it because
Yeah.
you love it
Yeah.
with every ounce of your being. The
Making money
money is a bonus. The money is a bonus. So
Yeah.
let me school y'all youngsters right now. The money
Yeah.
is a bonus. So if you are blessed to be able to make money at something that you love like that and
Yeah.
because the industry is hard. The industry is hard, and we're going to use this, you know, the COVID situation right now as an example. None of
Yeah.
us woke up one morning in March thinking that we were not going to be able to go and teach our classes, that we were not going to
Right.
be able to perform, that we were not going to be able to do anything.
Mm.
And 6 months later, we're still not singing on stage. We're still not dancing on
Nope.
stage. We're still not in live classes. And what happens, right? Now, again, this is
Yeah.
a extreme situation. No
Of
one
course.
was prepared for this. But think back. When you are an entertainer, you can have contracts, you can have all kinds of things.
Yeah.
There are amazing different things now that pretty much protect you, and it's great. You can maybe, get contracted for something for a year. Awesome. Cool. But if you're working gig-based, they could one day tell you that they don't have budget for you anymore.
Done. Yeah.
They could one day say that the show is canceled. They could one day close the studio. And you are literally, living your life chasing that next gig when you're focusing on it as money. So, hey, if you are blessed with the situation that you can do that and you do not need to have, because I truly believe that you need to love what you do anyway, so you can make a career out of being a dancer, a teacher, a singer. You can, absolutely. But if you're going to be in the gig life, right? Save it, because you don't know when the next gig is really going to come. Right?
Exactly.
So, because I'm not a believer of having a plan B. I'm a believer in having multiple plans, right? People are like, Liana, what don't you do? You're a singer, you're a choreographer, you're a fitness person, you're a makeup artist. How do you, because I love every single one of those things.
Yeah.
Every single one of those things.
Yeah.
And I can give them my passion, my love, my energy, everything. So I can work multifaceted. I can do different things. My adult day job, I'm a makeup artist and a trainer. Great. And I love it so much, right? But I'm still able to do what I love to do, and I don't have to stress wondering when the next, you know what I mean? So that's the biggest thing that I would be like, woohoo, if you're blessed and you making your money, you better save your money.
You need to save it up. And I would
money.
actually go a step further and be invested and say invest it into something that's going to give you a return. Whether it be property, and like a flat, or
absolutely
something you can
taken care of and
make
invest,
money from. Invest
in yourself. Invest in yourself, because when I was growing up, so I used to, my parents, again, huge supporters. They would put my butt on a train and send, we didn't have Instagram. We didn't have YouTube. We had computers, but it wasn't for this. It wasn't for learning dance, right? I literally had to sit on a train and go to New York for the weekend. And I mean, hello, I was super blessed at that time. Not every kid had the opportunity to go to New York for the weekend and go to Broadway Dance Center. And that's where they would send me, right? But now we have the outlet. So it's like, save, do what you can, but take advantage of what we have now too. That's the other thing. Like learn, and take advantage of it, because boy, it was rough. So invest in yourself for amazing platforms like DNA Sirs. Not to give plugs, but it's true.
Big shout out.
We gotta give a huge shout out, because you know what I mean? We have it at our fingertips. Invest in yourself, man. Grow, grow.
Like just look at this interview right now. You're in Hawaii. I'm in London.
Hello.
And we're chatting like it's a real time thing. Like there's virtually no delay. It's incredible.
Nope. It's amazing.
I love it.
It's amazing.
So basically, the short version is save your money. There was something in a different language. I'm not going to pretend like I know which language it is, because I don't. I'm assuming you can read it. It looks like oi to me, but I'm guessing it's not.
I could try.
There was a question there.
It was actually in Portuguese. Hola, ¿cómo están?
Hello.
Yes, so they were just saying, hey, what are you guys talking about?
Anything and everything we feel like talking about.
I can understand a little bit of Portuguese, but I don't speak it. So I'm kind of thinking that's what that says.
We've literally, and again, backing up what you were just saying,
falando. What are you talking about?
Everyone around the world right now potentially could come on this live. You've got a pretty good following, I've got a pretty good following. So there's potential for everyone to connect in a place where it's just incredible. Like where we've got to say is insane, and what we can do from our living
across
room.
The world. Yeah.
Right.
So kind of
just to back up what you're saying is to save your money, invest it if you can, and just be prepared for those lull moments. Because even when there's not coronavirus, we know what it's like. You can have an amazing year or make a ton of money, and then have a year which has got nothing. I've had those years.
Yes,
I've had those years
exactly.
of
Yep.
working with Sam Smith, Rikashi, Rod Stewart, a Raw Variety performance, this job, this job.
Yeah,
I'm like, blimey, like I can afford to buy a flat. And then
exactly.
the next year, for the first 6 months or so, whoosh, I was like, where did it go?
What
Where did it
happened?
go?
Exactly.
Just because you
Exactly.
start on a path, it doesn't mean that path's going to continue. And that would be my bit
Exactly.
of advice, actually. My bit of advice is when you're on that path, keep pushing like you're not, because that will keep
Exactly.
it coming. Because the mistake I made and
Exactly.
learned from my mistakes is I stopped pushing for the new work because I was getting work. And then
Yeah.
I've learned from that. And I've now, obviously,
Yeah.
whenever
Gotta
I'm on work,
gotta
any minute I
balance.
have,
Yeah.
constantly trying to network, trying to
Absolutely.
network. So that's what actually that leads me
Absolutely.
quite well onto the next question of what advice would you give to a fresh graduate who's just out of college and looking to break into this industry of ours?
Ooh. I mean, that was like the biggest one,
Yeah,
be financially aware. But again, I think it goes back to, first of all, be aware of what you're getting yourself into. The industry is
set some
very, very
expectations. Yeah,
different, right? Okay, so try to understand, right? Probably another piece of advice that I would have given myself back then too, so this kind of goes with the other question. Believe in yourself. You
mm.
have to have so much confidence in yourself. And when I say confidence, please do not get it twisted with ego, because that
Yeah,
is not
mm.
totally
Yeah,
different things. Totally, totally different things. Having confidence in yourself means that you know you can do things, that you
mm.
know that you are blessed. Every morning we wake up, we can move. Imagine we can get up
Mm.
every morning and our bodies can allow us to dance and do things that we love. That's a
Right.
blessing. Be grateful. Be confident in yourself, because, again, the industry is different. You
Yes.
just have to be prepared to know that you may not fit every mold of what they're looking for a job. It
Yeah,
doesn't make you any less of a dancer, right?
yeah.
Find yourself. Find yourself. And that's hard, because we are always still trying to find, kind of like
Yes.
unpeel a new
Yes. Yes.
layer of
Yes.
ourselves, right? You have to have enough confidence in yourself to know that you can do things, right?
Mm.
Don't expect things. Know that you can do things. Have confidence in yourself, because you're going to be told a million times that you're not as good as so and so, that you're not
Yeah.
what we need, that that's not the style, Find your style. I spent so long and so many years of my career trying to fit into a mold
Yep.
to get work or be recognized or this and that, not understanding we're all different. We all are
Exactly.
blessed with different levels of talents, different styles. Find your style. Find your style and find what makes you unique. Because even, let's say you go, and you want to be a breakdancer. Hello, we know that's based on battle, right? Okay, so you're
Yeah.
going to go into a battle. Don't think I need to be better than you to win this battle. That's ego.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm going to go into it with, I'm going to win this battle because I'm going to be different
Yeah.
than you, right? That's confidence in yourself.
Couldn't
Hey,
agree more.
you have to learn, you can learn from every single person, right? There's something. We all need to be different. So I always get stressed out and frustrated when I see people trying to be exactly like
Yeah.
somebody else. And that goes with any industry.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Find yourself. I finally started to find myself at however many years old, and I'm not going to tell you, like to embrace
Yeah.
my style. Why do I have to be like somebody else, right?
Mm.
No, you're gonna love me or you're gonna hate me. Even if I dance like so and so, they'd be like, "Oh, well, you're not as good as so and so." So that. So why? Be
Okay.
you. You don't need
Mm.
to be better than anybody else. Be you. So have confidence. Know what you're getting yourself into, and do it because you love it. Do it because you love it, and for nothing else.
Yeah.
Because you love it.
And I genuinely think this is
Totally.
where people get very confused about performers and creators because it's very rare they understand why we do things. And I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed this a lot in the kind of over lockdown and from talking to a lot of people like, why, why this, why that? It's like, well, but that's not making you money. Yeah, but I love it. Yeah, but it's not making you money, but I love doing it. And then if it
Mm-hmm.
does make me money in the future, great. But at the moment, I'm really enjoying that. Yeah, but this is
Yeah.
a better route. This is a better route. And you're like, yeah, but that route doesn't seem like it would make me happy. So I get into this
Whenever
career
you
to be happy.
Exactly. Whenever you flow from a
Mm,
positive light, everything else follows.
Yeah.
Okay?
What
Anything
is the
that
famous
comes
saying?
from a
It's
level of
stay true
positivity.
to yourself and the rest will follow. I think that's
It does.
the famous
I
saying.
can't, it's literally, I have lived it. And not that I haven't been
Mm.
happy, because man, I've been so blessed, but I've had so
Yeah.
many challenges. Why? Because I wasn't really confident or comfortable with myself and all of
Yeah.
that stuff. You know, it's different. So whenever you flow that positive light and that positive energy, everything else is attracted to it. Shine your light, find yourself, be happy. That's when everything else is going to come. It ain't all about money, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah,
It
money
is
makes the
not.
world go round, but
Wow, does it?
you gotta
Yeah.
make sure that you are focused on the right thing to help
Mm.
everything flow. The cash flow
So
will come later.
it does.
You
So
know?
obviously, this industry can be really shit sometimes, and it to mentally, physically, whatever it may be. How do you stay strong? How do you stay positive? What have you got like a routine? Is there certain things you do? Is there any advice you can give people that are trying or struggling to stay positive right now? What is
Uh,
your kind of safety net that you use to keep you? And because you are a very positive person, which is one of the
Thank you.
reasons I love talking to you, because
Thank
you're
you.
always very happy, you're always very positive. I always get voice notes from you, and I'm smiling by the end of the voice note. And
Oh, thank you.
what is it that you do to keep you on that vibration level?
Well, that took a lot of work. I don't want to say that I was a negative person, but growing up, because I was insecure with a lot of things, I
Mm,
was like, oh, this is stressing me out. I don't understand. Right? I'm a very
mm,
spiritual person. So I definitely have so much faith, and that's
yeah.
what gets me through everything. God
Mm,
first, and without my faith, I'm nothing. So
okay.
he is the person who has been able to get me here and knows all of the plans. So I have all the faith in the world in that. So I stay positive because I know at the end of every
Mm,
lesson is a blessing. So everything that we're going through is to teach us something else, right? So
mm,
we look at the COVID situation. This is just the easiest example right now, unfortunately,
yeah.
right? It's extremely stressful for
Yeah.
everyone. What's my most important thing to try to do is to try to not pay attention to what's happening in social media, right? I'm on it because, hey, it's a great tool. We unfortunately all need it now because this
Yep.
is how we're working and this is just the
Yep.
world that we're living in. But when it
Agreed.
comes to negativity, shut it out, okay?
Yep.
Shut it out and realize, look at the opportunity that we have in this situation. Like you just said,
Yep.
you're in London, I'm in Hawaii. We're teaching on platforms where we can literally reach students from around the world, right? So if you were just teaching in your local dance
Mm,
studio before, maybe you posted a few videos on Instagram. Awesome. You're going to get a lot of views, but if you're looking at it from a financial, from a business
yeah.
standpoint, you're not necessarily going to monetize, right? But
No.
now you go on a platform, you teach on Zoom, you teach wherever, you now broaden your audience,
Yeah.
you're now making more money, right? There's a blessing in that. You're stuck in your house, there's plenty of things that we can do. So
Yes.
try to find the positive in everything and
Yeah.
trust that if you can't see it right now, just trust that you'll see it later, because it
Yes.
takes time a
It
lot of
will all make
times,
sense in the end. It always does.
because we're stubborn. As humans, we're super stubborn. We're stuck in our ways and we want things to go our way, but sometimes it's just not our way.
Mm.
So, you just got to be open to that. And I got to remind myself to be positive sometimes with all the
Yeah.
junk that goes on, and just know that something better is coming out of
And
it, that the lesson will be
how
learned
is
for
how
sure.
is the COVID situation right now in Hawaii? Obviously, in
So
England,
we are,
we started to kind of go a little bit more back into towards a lockdown. Like we were kind of okay and we were going great, and then suddenly restrictions have been added. So it's a little bit worrying
so
because in my eyes, that's
yeah.
a slowly decreasing. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are on lockdown again. This is our second lockdown. We had
No.
2 weeks and it got extended to another 4 weeks. So we have
Yeah.
one more week. And I feel like, unfortunately, that is the situation that's going to be happening everywhere, because things started to open
Yeah.
soon,
Too soon.
right? And
Yeah.
then, especially in Hawaii, hello, we want to be at the beach. We want to be out. We want to do things. You don't want to be trapped in an
Right.
apartment. You want to go out, right? So we
Oh,
have
I don't
vacations
have
right
that
now.
problem here of the beach.
But solo activity is what we're
Yeah.
allowed. So,
Got it.
if you're married and you have children, you can't even go to the beach as a family. You can only go by yourself.
Right. Okay.
So
I
it's
got
kind
it.
of
Yeah.
like, okay, but so we're awaiting the next level of
Yeah.
like lightening restrictions, what we're going to open, but retail is closed. I mean, Hawaii has suffered a lot. I know that the entire world has suffered a lot, but Hawaii has suffered a
Yeah.
lot
Well,
because of our
you're a
tourism
very small
situation.
population, right? How many,
We're
do you know how
one
big the
1
population is?
million. 1 million.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
tiny.
And we are really based on tourism, and our tourism
Yeah.
has been shut down. So it's been sad how many local
Yeah.
businesses have had to close,
Yeah.
and so many things. So guys, if there's another thing that I can tell to everybody right now,
Yeah.
support local wherever you
Yeah.
are.
Agreed.
Support local. I can't stress it enough. Everybody is suffering through this situation. So if it's your favorite pizza place, if it's your favorite whatever, support it. You know, just everybody
Couldn't
needs the
agree
help
more.
right now, for sure. For sure.
Sweet. So we're getting to the end of the questions now. So again, guys, if there's anyone watching that wants to ask any questions to me or Liana, hit it in the question box below, or we might try and scroll back through, because I saw a lot of questions up here.
Yeah.
But didn't have time to kind of cut you off and be like, stop, there's a question.
Because I told you, girl can talk. I mean, you
Girl
just let
can
me
talk.
go.
Oh, it would be a really boring interview if you couldn't talk. But lastly,
Can you imagine?
this is your moment to plug. So where can people learn from you? Where can they find you? What can they find about you? What's your social media stuff? What you do? Use this moment to absolutely hammer yourself and plug it.
Yay! Well, thank you. First of all, this was super fun. I love being here with you guys. You can find me all over the place. Okay, so here on social media, all my handles are at Liana Veda. So you got my Instagram, you got my Facebooks, you got my YouTubes. You can also check out my website, which is lianavedafitness.com. I list all of my weekly classes. So you're going to find what I teach on Zoom, what I have the honor to teach on DNAcers. I have a class called so it's the Reggaeton Academy on DNAcers, which I'm super excited about because it brought me back to my choreographer life. I had just been focusing on fitness and stuff for a little while, and it brought me back, and it's good for my brain. Like, it's been great for my brain. In my classes, I'm like, I need you guys because you're my brain, because I have choreographer brain. Like, I just make stuff up, and then I make it so fast I can't remember. And I'm like, what did I just do? So I need you guys. So come and dance with me because I'm in my old age forgetting things. So anyway, that's there.
I swear you're a lot younger
my
than me.
My birthday's on Tuesday. Yeah.
Happy birthday for Tuesday.
Thank you.
In case I
Thank
forget.
You.
Which I,
Virgo power. Whoop, whoop,
Tuesday,
Virgo
that will be my Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Okay,
correct.
I need to remember that so I can send you a message.
Thank
Like, happy birthday. I might even sing to you if you're lucky.
Thank you. I would appreciate that.
You really wouldn't.
So that's where you can find all of my dance classes, dance fitness classes, Zumba classes. I also have a class that I designed called Booty Fit. And I have my own booty bands and body bands that I designed and created for workouts as well. So
and where can we buy them?
So those are all available on my website also. And I have links and swipe ups and everything here on my Instagram. And I'm actually finishing a negotiation with somebody who is going to be selling and distributing them for me in Europe and UK and everything. So you guys are going to have access to them literally very, very soon, within a couple weeks. So if you go on my site and you're visiting me from another country, shoot me a message and just say, hey, Liana, I live in such and such place. And I'll tell you when and where and how we can get it to you. So
does that mean awesome. I can get a peachy booty?
You absolutely can. Booty gains is what will happen. Yep,
booty gains. Sure. Is that the
booty
official?
Booty gains. No. It's my class is called Booty Fit, but you know you want gains in the booty, so but it's all good.
Gains in the booty. I like that.
Yes. Thank you for the happy birthday wishes. Oh, you putting on some fun filters?
No. I was trying to check the questions and I hit the wrong button.
Oh, okay, cool.
But there is no questions in that moment. I think I found a few. A lot of them were very similar to what you've already answered. So you'd be basically answering the same question again. So we've actually finished early. That's not like you. What's going on? You're off your game, Liana.
I'm sorry. How much time do we have? Let's just, talk stories.
We've got 5 minutes, so.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so I wasn't that off.
No. You literally got 5 minutes. It's actually better. We find that the podcasts, especially the ones that are just under an hour, actually get a lot more listens. So my little plug is, obviously, guys, if you are listening on the podcast, make sure you head over to YouTube. You can watch this video happening, and you can see Liana's lovely face and my face. And then also check the Instagram. So go and follow Liana, go and follow myself, and keep up to date with what we're doing. I'm 100% there will be something we do in the future. And I hope it's in Hawaii. I
Yes.
really hope
It
it's in
will be.
Hawaii.
It will be. For sure. It will
So
be.
massive thank you for coming on, and I
Thank
will speak
you.
to you very soon. And I'll
You
send you
got you are
everything over
amazing.
when it's done.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you guys so
Mwah!
much. Talk to
Catch
you
you later.
soon. God bless. Take care, okay?
Bye.
Bye.